Welcome to the Listen and Sleep channel. Make yourself comfortable. Allow your body to find support. Allow your breathing to become a little deeper, a little slower. We continue our journey through ancient India, through its wisdom, through its practices, along the paths that have led humanity toward itself for thousands of years. If you heard our previous talk about Yoga Nidra, you already know a lot. You know that Yoga Nidra means the sleep of yogis, that it is a special state on the border between sleep and wakefulness, where the body rests deeper than in ordinary sleep, while consciousness remains clear, present, awake. You learned about Swami Satyananda, who in the middle of the last century gathered ancient practices into a unified system. About the 5 sheaths, koshas, through which the journey inward passes. About how scientists measure brain waves and find confirmation of what yogis have known for millennia. But knowledge is only a map, and today we will travel across the territory itself. Today, practice, not a story about how to do it, but the doing itself. You will follow the voice, and the voice will lead you through all the stages of Yoga Nidra, step by step, slowly, gently, as along a path that millions of seekers have walked before you. Imagine a traveler who has long read about mountains. He studied maps, examined photographs, memorized the names of passes. He knows the height of every peak and the temperature on every slope. But he has never felt the stones of a mountain trail beneath his feet, has never breathed thin air, has never seen the sun rising from behind a ridge, painting the snows pink. All his knowledge, correct, precise, remains flat, until he takes the first step on the trail. Yoga Nidra is the mountains that exist inside you. One can read about them all one's life. One can listen to the stories of those who have been there. But only your own steps, only your own immersion will reveal what cannot be conveyed in words. An experience that belongs only to you. A silence that cannot be described, because description is no longer silence. What to expect from this journey? We will go through all the stages of classical Yoga Nidra. You will learn how to prepare the space for practice. You will discover how to lie down so the body can truly relax. We will talk about Sankalpa, the intention planted deep within the mind, and then the main thing will begin. The journey of attention through the body. Rotation of consciousness. The part of the practice that makes yoga nidra. Yoga nidra. Attention will move from part to part. Right hand, left hand, right leg, left leg, back, belly, chest, face, head. You will simply notice each finger, each joint, each point on the map of your body, and something will begin to happen. Tensions you did not even know about will begin to release. Parts of the body you never felt will awaken. Boundaries that seemed solid will become softer, more transparent. After the body, breath. You will observe how air enters and exits. Not control, just observe. Count inhales and exhales in reverse order, from 27 to 1, or again from 27 if you lose count. This is not an exam, not a competition. It is a way to hold attention at the border, not let it fall asleep, not let it fully awaken. Then, opposites, heaviness and lightness, warmth and cold. You will immerse in one, then the other, quickly without thinking. And at some point, opposites will cease to be opposites. They will meet, merge, dissolve into each other. This is a strange place, beyond duality, where there is neither heavy nor light, neither hot nor cold, only something third, only silence. And finally, visualization. Images will come one after another, quickly, like flashes. No need to grasp them, no need to understand. Only see. Allow them to appear and disappear, like clouds on an inner sky. And then, a journey to a place of peace, a place that exists only for you. A forest, a lake, a temple in the mountains. It does not matter. A place where one can simply be. At the end, return. Slow, gentle, with repetition of the Sankalpa, with gradual awakening of the body, with the first sounds of the external world. You will return, but return different, rested deeper than after hours of ordinary sleep, more calm, more whole, more yourself. This journey requires no special preparation. No need to know how to meditate. No need to be flexible or strong. No need to believe in anything specific. Only one thing is needed: readiness. Readiness to lie down. Readiness to close your eyes. Readiness to follow the voice. To allow the body to relax. To allow the mind to quiet. To allow something to happen. Or not happen. That is fine too. Some fall asleep during the practice. This is normal. The body takes what it needs. Some remain at the border, neither here nor there. This is wonderful. Some see vivid images, some only darkness. Some feel the body has disappeared, some that it has become enormous. All of this is normal variation. All of this is part of the journey. There is no right way to practice Yoga Nidra. There is only your way. The only thing not to do: try. No need to try to relax. Trying is tension. No need to try to feel something. Attempt is obstacle. Simply listen. Simply follow. Simply allow. The practice will do everything itself. Your task only not to interfere. If you are ready, we will begin. Not right now, not with these words. First, a few important things about how to prepare, how to create the space, how to lie down, how to tune body and mind, and then the journey itself. Long, deep healing. Ancient yogis said 30 minutes of Yoga Nidra can replace several hours of sleep. This is no exaggeration. Modern research confirms in deep Yoga Nidra, the body recovers faster. Stress hormones drop. The nervous system switches to recovery mode. Something that usually takes a night happens in half an hour. Because there are no losses to falling asleep and waking. No shallow sleep phases. Only depth. Only peace. But benefit is not the goal. Do not practice for benefit. Practice for practice. For meeting yourself. For that silence that was always here, beneath the layers of thoughts, worries, tensions. For coming home to your true self. We continue the path through the wisdom of India. We have already spoken of much, of the Vedas and Upanishads, of karma and dharma, of the paths of yoga and the secrets of tantra. Yoga Nidra is one of the pearls of this tradition, a practice that opens usually closed doors, gates between worlds, a threshold on which one can stand endlessly long. Now, settle even more comfortably. Next, we will talk about how to prepare the space for practice, what place to choose, how to lie down, what to pay attention to, and then the journey that has been waiting for you, perhaps all your life. Before diving in, one must create a shore, a place from which you will set sail and to which you will return, a place that will hold you while you dissolve. Ancient yogis practiced in caves, in forest huts, on the banks of sacred rivers. They needed nothing special, only silence, only peace, only solitude. Today we live differently. Around us, cities, cars, phones, the eternal noise of civilization. But even in the smallest apartment, one can create a corner of silence, a space for practice. First, the place. Choose a room where you will not be disturbed. Close the door. Ask loved ones not to bother you for half an hour or an hour. Turn off the phone, not on vibrate, but completely, or leave it in another room. Every sound, every notification, like a stone thrown into a quiet pond. Circles spread, the surface ripples, the depths become inaccessible. You need an untouched surface of water. The place should be spacious enough to lie down. A bed works, but is not ideal. Too soft a mattress does not give the body a sense of support. Better, a mat on the floor, or a thin mattress, or a folded blanket. The surface should be soft enough not to press on bones, and firm enough to support the body. You will lie motionless for quite a while. Comfort matters. Second, temperature. When the body relaxes, circulation slows. You begin to cool. What seemed comfortable at the start of practice may feel cool after 20 minutes, after 40. Cold. And cold draws you out of depth, makes the body contract, tense. Cover yourself with a blanket, even if it is warm now, even if it is summer. A light blanket creates a feeling of protection, of cocoon. Under it, it is easier to let go of the external world, easier to dissolve. Some cover their head, too, leaving only the face open. This creates an even greater sense of seclusion, separation from the world, as if you are in your own cave. Try it. If you like it, do so. If not, leave the head uncovered. There is no right way. There is only your way. Third, light. Darkness helps. Not complete, dim light or closed curtains suffice. Bright light stimulates, keeps you in wakefulness. Complete darkness sometimes disturbs. Soft twilight. That is what is needed. Some use an eye mask, a sleep mask. It creates darkness even in a light room, and adds another layer of separation from the external world. Fourth, sounds. Ideally, silence. But complete silence is rarely achievable. Outside the window, cars. At the neighbors, a television. In the pipes, water. Do not fight this. If possible, play quiet white noise, or nature sounds, rain, a stream, rustling leaves. They mask random sounds and create an even sonic background. But this is not required. One can practice in relative silence, simply allowing sounds to be background, not grasping at them. Fifth, clothing. Loose, soft, not restricting movement. No belts, tight elastics, collars pressing on the throat. The body should forget about clothing. If something bothers, better remove it. Some practice in underwear or without clothes at all, if temperature allows. The point is for the body to feel free, for nothing to remind of the physical world. Now, timing. When is best to practice? Tradition says, early morning, before dawn, the time of Brahma Muhurta. At this time, the world still sleeps. Energies are calm. The mind is naturally quiet. But not everyone can wake at 4 in the morning. Not everyone wants to. And that is normal. Yoga Nidra works at any time. Morning gives energy for the whole day. Afternoon restores after work hours. Evening prepares for deep night sleep. But there are nuances. Do not practice right after eating. The body is busy digesting. Blood flows to the stomach. The mind grows heavy. Wait at least an hour. Better, 2 or 3. Some prefer to practice on an empty stomach. In the morning, before breakfast. The body is light, the mind clear. Nothing distracts. do not practice when very tired and you know you will fall asleep. Of course, sleep during yoga nidra is normal. The body takes what it needs. But if the goal is conscious relaxation, remaining at the border, better to be sufficiently alert, not exhausted after a hard day, not sleepy after a sleepless night. In such a state, you will shoot past the border without noticing and simply fall asleep. If practicing in the evening, before bed, this is good. Yoga Nidra will prepare body and mind for night rest. Sleep after it will be deeper, calmer. But know, after practice, you may feel a surge of energy. Paradox, but it happens. Deep relaxation frees forces that were bound by tension. If this prevents sleep, practice earlier, an hour or two before bed. How often? Start with 2 or 3 times a week. This is enough to feel the effect. For body and mind to remember the path to relaxation. Each time, immersion will be easier, faster, deeper. Like a trail you walk regularly, it becomes more worn, more clear. If you want, practice every day. This is not dangerous. Yoga Nidra has no side effects except peace. Some make it part of their morning routine, like brushing teeth, like coffee. Wake up, use the bathroom, lie on the mat, practice 20 to 30 minutes. And then the day begins differently, calmer, more centered, with an inner support that holds even in the stormiest hours. Practice duration can vary. Classical Yoga Nidra by the Satyananda method takes about 45 minutes. There are short versions, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. There are long ones, an hour, 90 minutes. Start with what is available. If 20 minutes, good. If you can afford more, even better. With time, you will find your optimal duration. One more thing. Regularity matters more than duration. Better 15 minutes every day than an hour once a month. The body learns to relax. The mind learns to quiet. This is a skill. Like playing a musical instrument, regular short sessions give more than rare long ones. Before practice, use the bathroom. A full bladder will distract. Drink a little water if you want, but not much. Make sure you will not need anything for the next hour. That you do not need to jump up, check email, answer a call. This is your time, sacred time, time for yourself. Some create a small ritual before practice. Light a candle or incense. Speak a few words, a prayer, an intention, a simple acknowledgement of the moment. This is not required, but may help. Ritual tells body and mind. Now something special begins. Not ordinary time, practice time. If this resonates with you, try it. If not, simply lie down and begin. And lastly, at this stage, let go of expectations. Do not wait for something specific to happen. Do not compare today's practice with yesterday's. Every time is new. Every time is different. Sometimes depth comes immediately from the first minutes. Sometimes the mind is busy, thoughts spin, the body will not relax. And this too is practice. This too is the path. There is no unsuccessful yoga nidra. There is only practice, such as it is. Now the space is ready. The place found, blanket laid out, phone off. What remains is to lie down. And this is a whole art. How to lie so the body can truly let go. We will talk about this next. Shavasana, corpse pose. The name sounds grim, but this is the most alive of all yoga poses. In it, the body does nothing, absolutely nothing, does not hold a pose, does not tense muscles, does not balance. It simply lies, like a corpse, without effort, without intention, without resistance to gravity. And precisely in this absence of action, something important opens. The space usually occupied by doing is freed. Silence enters. Why lying, not sitting? In seated meditation, the body works. The spine holds vertical. Back muscles support the pose. This is good for wakefulness, for clarity of mind. But it interferes with deep relaxation. A thread of activity, a thread of holding, always remains. In Shavasana, this thread breaks. The body does not need to hold anything. It completely surrenders to the earth. And then relaxation becomes total. Lie on your back. If you have not yet lain down, do so now. Arms along the body, slightly apart, palms turned upward. This matters. When palms face up, shoulders naturally open, the chest opens. If palms are down, shoulders tend to curl inward. A small detail, but it affects the whole body. Legs, hip width apart or slightly wider. Feet naturally fall to the sides. No need to keep them parallel. No need to point the toes. Allow them to fall where they want. This is their natural position when muscles are relaxed. Head, straight, not turned to the side. Chin slightly directed toward the chest. This lengthens the back of the neck. If needed, place a thin pillow or folded towel under the head. Not a thick pillow. It will bend the neck forward. Only support that allows the back of the head to relax. Some find it comfortable to place a small bolster under the knees. This relieves tension in the lower back. If you have discomfort in the lower back, try it. The bolster can be from a rolled blanket or a special yoga bolster. The knees bend slightly. The lower back relaxes. The pelvis finds support. Now, the practice. Not just lying, but entering Shavasana consciously. Follow these words. Do what they say. Close your eyes. Softly. Without strain. The eyelids simply lower, like a curtain in a theater. No need to squeeze them shut. No need to hold the eyes closed with effort. They close by themselves and remain closed. Allow the body to become heavy. Feel how the weight of the body presses on the surface beneath you. Back, buttocks, heels, shoulders, back of the head, elbows. Every part of the body that touches the floor releases its weight, does not hold itself, but surrenders. The earth holds you. You do not need to hold yourself. Take a deep breath. Breathe with the full chest. Allow the belly to rise, the ribs to expand. Hold the breath for a moment and exhale. Long, slow, with sound or without. Let the exhale be long. Release with it all the tension you carried today, all the worries, all the thoughts, all the unfinished business. They will wait. Now, only you and silence. Another deep breath. Breathe with the whole body. Feel how air fills you from belly to collarbones, and exhale even longer, even slower. With this exhale, the body becomes even heavier, sinks even deeper into the floor, releases even more. And one more breath. The last deep breath before practice. Breathe as if breathing in light. Light fills the body, every cell, every corner. And exhale, slowly, softly, allowing the body to dissolve into peace. With this exhale, release the last resistance, the last holding, the last tension. Now breathing returns to its natural rhythm. No need to control it. No need to make it deep or slow. Allow the body to breathe as it wants. You are simply an observer, a witness of breath. Let us check the body. We will pass attention through each part, and if tension remains anywhere, we will release it. Start with the forehead. The forehead, a place where thought tension gathers. Often, we do not notice that we frown, that we wrinkle the forehead. Now, relax it. Allow the skin of the forehead to become smooth, soft, like the surface of a lake on a windless day. No wrinkles, no tension, only smoothness. Eyebrows. They are often drawn together at the bridge of the nose, in thought, in worry. Separate them gently. Let the space between the eyebrows become wider, more spacious, as if a light breeze parts the clouds. Eyes behind closed lids. They too can be tense, looking even when there is nothing to look at. Allow the eyeballs to sink deeper into the sockets, as if they sink into soft pillows. Relax the muscles around the eyes, outer corners of the eyes, inner corners. Let everything around the eyes become soft. Cheeks. They rarely tense, but still feel them. Allow them to become heavy, to sag under gravity. Jaw. Here is where tension often lives. Clenched teeth, tense chewing muscles. Slightly open the mouth. Let the lower jaw hang a little. Teeth do not touch each other. Between them, a small gap. Tongue relaxed, resting on the floor of the mouth. Not pressed to the palate, not tense, simply lying. Soft, heavy. Throat. Feel the throat from inside. Imagine it expanding, becoming more spacious. Throat is open. You hold nothing, restrain nothing. A soft, relaxed throat. Neck. Often, we unconsciously tense the neck, hold the head. Now, let go. The head lies heavily on the floor or pillow. The neck does not need to hold it. Muscles on the sides of the neck relaxed. The back of the neck long, soft. Shoulders. They are often raised toward the ears from stress, from cold, from habit. Allow them to lower. Feel how they release toward the floor. The distance between shoulders and ears increases. Shoulders are heavy, relaxed. They press on the floor, and the floor holds them. Arms, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers. Pass attention through each part. Allow each to become heavy. Fingers may slightly curl. This is their natural relaxed position. No need to keep them straight. Chest. Allow it to become spacious, wide. Ribs spread to the sides. Heart beats freely in open space. Nothing compresses the chest. Nothing prevents it from breathing. Belly. We often pull in the belly from habit, from wanting to look slimmer. Now, let go. Let the belly be soft. Let it rise and fall with breathing, without restriction. Internal organs, relaxed. Intestines, calm. Everything inside the belly peacefully rests. Lower back. If it is lifted off the floor, let it be. No need to forcibly press it down. Simply allow it to relax as much as possible. Thighs. Large muscles of the front and backs of the thigh. They work all day, hold you on your feet, carry your weight. Now they can rest. Allow them to become heavy, soft, inactive. Knees. They may be slightly bent. This is normal. Relax the muscles around the kneecaps. Allow the joints to release. Lower legs, calf muscles. Let them spread like butter on a warm pan. Ankles, soft. Achilles tendons, not tense. Feet, toes, soles, all relaxed, have fallen to the sides and stayed there. They do not need to go anywhere. They can simply lie. Now, the whole body as one. Feel it as a unified whole, heavy, motionless, relaxed, as if you are made of something soft, of clay, of wax, of warm sand. The body has imprinted in the floor and lies, does nothing, simply is. This is Shavasana, the pose in which everything begins, the pose that gives the body permission to let go. From it, we will go further, into the depths, to the center, where silence waits. Remain in this position. Do nothing. Simply be present. Feel the weight of the body. Feel the breath. Feel the peace beginning to spread like warm water. Soon we will continue. But first, simply be here, in this silence, in this peace, in this body that is finally resting. Now, when the body has settled, when the first waves of relaxation have passed through the muscles, comes time for something important, for a seed, for an intention, for what in Sanskrit is called Sankalpa. We already spoke about Sankalpa last time, what it is, where it came from, why it works. Now is not time for theory. Now is time for practice. Time to plant the seed in prepared soil. Sankalpa is not a desire in the ordinary sense. Not, I want a car, I want to be rich, I want to be loved. It is deeper. It is what lives in the very center of your being, the direction in which you want to grow, the quality you want to awaken, the change you want to manifest. How to find your Sankalpa. This is not a quick process. Some already have it, clear, definite, ready. Others, only a vague feeling that something needs to change. Both options are good. If you know your intention exactly, wonderful. If not, this too is part of the path. One can practice Yoga Nidra simply remaining open, and the Sankalpa will find you on its own. At some moment, during practice, in sleep, in a quiet minute, it will simply appear, as if it was always there, just waiting for you to hear it. But if you want to find it now, there is a way. Close your eyes. You are already lying with eyes closed. Good. Now ask yourself a question, not with the mind, not with logic. Ask it with your whole body. Ask, what do I need most right now? Not what do I want, but what do I need? For growth, for healing, for becoming more whole. Allow the answer to come. Do not rush it. Do not invent. Simply wait. Sometimes the answer comes in words, peace, health, freedom, love. Sometimes as an image, sometimes simply as a sensation in the body. Notice what appears. This is the direction. This is the seed. Now, formulate the Sankalpa, briefly, simply, as a statement, not as a future wish, I want to be calm, but as a present fact, I am calm, not as negation, I am not afraid, but as a positive quality, I am free from fear, or even better, I am brave. Examples of Sankalpa. Listen to them, and if something resonates, take it, or create your own using this form. I am healthy and full of strength. I am at peace with myself. I am open to love. I am free from fear. I find my path. I accept myself as I am. I live consciously. I trust life. I release the past. I am open to the new. I create my reality. My heart is open. I feel gratitude. I am present here and now. One sentence, simple, clear, one that can be repeated mentally in a few seconds, one where something resonates inside, one that feels like yours. If you already know your Sankalpa, recall it now. If you just formulated it, remember it. If you have not yet found it, no worries. You can use a simple intention. May what I need be revealed, or may what brings good come. This too is Sankalpa. Openness is also a direction. Now, the practice of speaking. This is not just a thought in the head. This is sowing. Imagine that your consciousness is a field. Right now, this field is plowed by relaxation. The soil is soft, moist, ready to receive the seed. Sankalpa is the seed. You lower it into the earth, deep, into the very center of the field. Take a deep breath. Feel the chest expanding. Feel the belly rising. For a moment, hold the breath. In this pause, mentally speak your Sankalpa clearly, distinctly, as if it is already true, as if it is already so. Now slowly exhale. With this exhale, allow the Sankalpa to sink deeper from the head to the chest, from the chest to the belly, from the belly to the very center of your being. where the deepest truths live, where seeds sprout. Once more, deep breath. Pause. Mentally speak the Sankalpa. Slow exhale. The seed sinks deeper, takes root, finds its place in the dark, fertile soil of the subconscious. And a third time, inhale, pause, Sankalpa, clear, definite, like a ray of light in fog. Exhale, letting go. The seed is planted. No need to think about it anymore. No need to check if it is growing. No need to worry. It knows what to do. The earth knows how to nourish. Your task only to trust. Sankalpa is spoken twice during practice. Now, at the beginning, when consciousness is just starting to descend, and then, at the end, when it reaches maximum depth. The second time is the most important, because by that moment, the soil will be even more receptive, the mind's defenses even more relaxed. The seed will fall even deeper. But the first speaking is also important. It sets the direction, tells your whole being where we are going, why this journey. Now let go of the Sankalpa. Do not hold it in mind. Do not repeat it endlessly. It is already planted. It is already working. Trust it. Trust the earth. Trust the process that is beginning. Ancient yogis said, Sankalpa planted in Yoga Nidra will definitely sprout, not because it is magic, but because you bypass the critical mind. That voice that usually says, "This is impossible. You will not succeed. You already tried." In deep relaxation, this voice quiets, and what you tell yourself penetrates directly into those layers that govern habits, reactions, patterns, into those layers that shape your life. One Sankalpa, not a list of wishes. One intention, the same one, practice after practice, week after week, month after month, until it becomes reality, until you feel, yes, this has happened. And then you can take a new seed, but not before. Patience is part of practice. Trust is part of the path. Now, the seed is planted. The field is watered. The sun shines. Everything needed for growth is here. We continue the journey. Next, rotation of consciousness, the journey of attention through the body, the part of practice that distinguishes Yoga Nidra from everything else. Be attentive. Follow the voice. Allow the body to lead you where it wants. Rotation of consciousness is the heart of Yoga Nidra. Attention moves through the body like a river through its bed, one part after another, without stopping for reflection, without trying to change or improve anything. Only awareness, only presence, only gentle touching of each point on the body's map with attention. Why this works? In the cerebral cortex, there is a map of the body, the somatosensory cortex. Each of its areas corresponds to a specific body part. When attention moves through the body, it passes through this entire map, activates one zone after another, and something happens. Tensions that lived in the body for years begin to release. Not because you do something special, but because you notice. Because you direct the light of consciousness into forgotten corners. And in this light, tension has nowhere to hide. Important rules. Do not try to relax body parts. Simply notice them. Do not move them. Only be aware. Do not linger long on one point. Flow to the next. The stream of consciousness should be continuous, without gaps, like a river that flows and flows, not stopping. If the mind wanders, no problem. Simply return to where you lost the thread, or join the voice where it is now. No need to start over. No need to scold yourself for distraction. This is normal. This is part of practice. We begin with the right side of the body. Why the right? This is tradition from Satyananda. The right side of the body is connected to the left hemisphere of the brain. Logical, analytical. Starting with the right side, we gradually calm this part of the mind. Prepare it for letting go, for diving into deeper layers. Now, simply follow. The voice will name body parts one after another. Your task, direct attention there. Feel that part from within and move to the next. Without effort, without strain. Like water flowing down a slope, naturally, easily, following gravity. Direct attention to the right hand, the whole right hand. Feel it, from shoulder to fingertips. The weight of the hand, warmth or coolness of the skin, the hand's presence in space. Now, more detail. Right palm, the whole palm. Right thumb. Do not move it. Simply feel. Is there pulsation there? Warmth? Tingling? Or simply a sense of presence? Right index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Little finger. Palm. Center of the palm, where the skin is thinner, where you feel warmth when holding a cup. Back of the hand, skin, bones, tendons beneath the skin. Wrist, where the hand joins the forearm, narrow, mobile. Forearm, its lower part closer to the wrist. Middle of the forearm, muscles that control the fingers. They begin here. Upper part of the forearm, closer to the elbow. Elbow, bony, angular. Point of bend. Upper arm. From elbow to shoulder joint. Middle of the upper arm. Biceps in front. Triceps in back. Upper part of the upper arm, where the arm attaches to the torso. Shoulder joint. The hinge that allows the arm to move in all directions. The whole right arm, from shoulder joint to fingertips. Feel it as one whole, heavy, relaxed, dissolving into the floor. Now, the right leg. Direct attention to the right leg. The whole right leg, from hip to toes. Right foot. The whole foot. Right big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Little toe, small, often forgotten. Of the foot, thick skin. It carries your weight all day. Now, it can rest. Top of the foot, the upper part where bones are closer to the surface. Heel, hard, dense. Foundation of support. Ankle, narrow place between foot and lower leg. Inner ankle bone, outer ankle bone. Lower leg, its lower part closer to the ankle. Middle of the lower leg, calf muscle in back. It is often tense. Front of the lower leg, where bone is close to skin. Upper part of the lower leg, closer to the knee. Knee, kneecap in front. Back of the knee, soft, vulnerable. Thigh, its lower part, above the knee. Middle of the thigh, large muscles, quadriceps in front, hamstring in back. They carry you all day. Let them release. Upper part of the thigh, where the leg joins the torso. Hip joint, deep, powerful, ball in socket. The whole right leg, from hip joint to toes, heavy, motionless, dissolving. Now, the right side of the torso, the right side, right buttock, the large muscle you sit on. Now, it presses on the floor, and the floor holds it. Right side, from waist to armpit, ribs beneath the skin, muscles between ribs. Breathing barely noticeably moves them apart. Right side of the lower back, where the back curves inward. Right shoulder blade, flat bone on the back. It lies on the floor or almost touches it. Right shoulder from above, upper point of the shoulder girdle. The whole right side of the body, from crown to toes, right arm, right leg, right side, right half of the back, right half of the chest, right half of the belly, all together, whole, united, relaxed, heavy, dissolving. Stay for a moment with this sensation. The right side of the body, as if it is not there, as if it melted, as if only the left half remains, and the right became air, light, emptiness. Perhaps you feel strange things. The right side seems heavier than the left, or lighter, or bigger, or smaller, or its boundaries blurred, and you cannot say exactly where it ends. All of this is normal. These are signs that practice is working, that the body map in the brain is being redrawn, that habitual perception is retreating, revealing something new. Do not analyze these sensations. Do not try to understand them. Simply notice and continue. Now, the left side of the body. Attention flows from right to left, like a pendulum, like a wave, like breath changing direction. Direct attention to the left hand, the whole left hand, from shoulder to fingertips. Feel its presence, its weight, its temperature. Now, more detail. Left palm, the whole palm. Left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the left hand, center of the palm, lines on the skin, the warmth that lives there, back of the left hand, wrist, lower part of the forearm, middle of the forearm, upper part of the forearm, elbow, lower part of the upper arm, middle of the upper arm, upper part of the upper arm, left shoulder joint, the whole left arm as one, united, heavy, relaxed, dissolving. Left leg, direct attention to the left leg, the whole leg, from hip to toes. Left foot, big toe of the left foot, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe of the left foot, top of the foot, heel, ankle, inner ankle bone, outer ankle bone, lower part of the lower leg, middle of the lower leg, calf muscle, upper part of the lower leg, knee, kneecap, back of the knee, lower part of the thigh, middle of the thigh, upper part of the thigh, left hip joint, the whole left leg as one, heavy, motionless, released. Left side of the torso, left buttock, left side from waist to armpit, left side of the lower back, left shoulder blade, left shoulder from above, the whole left side of the body, from crown to toes, left arm, left leg, left side, all together, united, relaxed. Now, both sides simultaneously, right side of the body and left side of the body, together, two halves of one whole. Feel their symmetry. Feel the balance, right and left, like two wings, like two palms folded in prayer, like two sides of one coin. Perhaps the sides feel different, one heavier, the other lighter, one warmer, the other cooler, one closer, the other farther. This is normal. Asymmetry is part of life. Simply notice the differences without wanting to fix them, without striving for perfect balance. What is already perfect, just as it is. Arm and legs have passed through the wave of awareness. Now they lie, heavy, motionless, almost disappeared from perception, as if they melted, as if only outlines remain, filled with silence. This is good. This is a sign that the body is releasing its grip, that you are ceasing to identify with physical form, that boundaries are blurring. The left side of the body is connected to the right hemisphere of the brain, intuitive, creative, holistic. Having passed through it, we activated this part of the mind. Now both hemispheres work more harmoniously, like two oars of one boat, rowing in unison. The boat moves smoothly, without jerks, without deviations. The limbs are relaxed. Arms and legs, those parts of the body that usually do something, move somewhere, hold something, now rest. They do not need to act. They can simply be. Being without action. Presence without effort. This is a rare experience for arms and legs. They are grateful for this rest. We continue. Next, the back and front of the body. Even more territory for awareness. Even deeper into the body map. Even closer to the center. The back, that part of the body you never see, that you rarely feel until it hurts. The back carries you all day, holds you vertical, allows you to stand, walk, sit, and rarely receives gratitude. Now, time to pay attention to it. Direct awareness to the back. Start from below. Sacrum, the lower part of the spine, where the vertebrae have fused into one bone, a triangle pointing downward. It lies on the floor. Can you feel its pressure on the surface? Lower back, 5 vertebrae that carry most of the body's weight. The inward curve, lordosis. Perhaps there is tension there. Perhaps emptiness, space between the lower back and the floor. Simply notice. Lower part of the back, from sacrum to waist. Muscles along the sides of the spine. They work constantly, even when you sit. Now, they can let go. Middle of the back, thoracic spine, 12 vertebrae. Ribs attached to each one. This part of the back is more rigid, less mobile, but tension lives here too. Between the shoulder blades, along the spine. Right shoulder blade, flat triangular bone. It glides over the ribs when you move your arm. Now, motionless, lying on the floor or slightly raised. Left shoulder blade, symmetrical to the right. Feel them both simultaneously, like two wings, folded, resting. Upper part of the back, between shoulder blades and neck. Tension often gathers here from sitting at computers, carrying bags, from slouching. Allow this place to relax. Back of the neck, 7 cervical vertebrae, the smallest, the most mobile. They hold the head, quite heavy, about 5 kilograms. Now, the head lies, and the neck does not need to hold it. Back of the head, where the neck meets the skull. Tension often lives here from visual work, from stress. Allow the muscles of the back of the head to relax. The whole back as one, from sacrum to back of head. One spine, 33 vertebrae, one continuous line. The body's axis, the core on which everything rests. Feel the back as a unified whole, heavy, relaxed, lying on the ground. The earth holds it. You do not need to hold yourself. Now, the front of the body, the one you see, the one you show the world. Belly, chest, throat, open, vulnerable parts. We often protect them by slouching, closing off. Now you can open. Lower belly, the area below the navel. Small intestine, bladder, reproductive organs. A soft, vulnerable place. We often unconsciously pull this part in. Now, let go. Let the belly be soft, relaxed, rounded. Navel, center of the belly. The place where you were once connected to your mother. The point around which the body is organized. Upper belly, stomach, liver, spleen, digestive organs. They work even when you rest. Send them gratitude and allow the area around them to relax. Solar plexus, just above the navel, below the ribs. Many nerve endings here. Here emotions are felt. Excitement, fear, anticipation. Sometimes this place is tight, even when there is no reason. Allow it to open. Diaphragm, the muscle that separates belly from chest. It moves with each breath, down on inhale, up on exhale. Feel this movement, soft, rhythmic. continuous. Rib cage, ribs forming a cage around heart and lungs. Feel how they expand with each inhale, how they contract with each exhale. The breath of life that never ceases. Center of the chest. Heart. It beats. Now, in this moment. Without your effort, without your control. The pulse of life. Direct attention to the heart. Feel its beating. Perhaps you sense pulsation in the chest. Perhaps not. Both are normal. Upper chest. Collarbones, two bones extending from shoulders to center. Upper ribs. This place is often compressed. Allow it to open, to expand. Throat. In front, soft, vulnerable. Breath passes here, voice is born here. The throat often tightens when we hold back words, emotions, cries. Allow it to be soft, open. Front of the neck, from collarbones to chin. The skin here is thin, delicate. Beneath it, important structures, trachea, esophagus, arteries. Feel this vulnerability and trust. Here, now, nothing threatens you. The whole torso as one, back and front together. A cylinder inside which are all your organs. Heart, lungs, stomach, intestines, liver, kidneys, all inside you. Working right now, without your participation. The body knows what to do. It has done this your whole life. It can be trusted. The torso is relaxed. Back lies on the ground. Belly soft. Chest open. Throat free. Everything released. Everything at peace. What remains is face and head, the finest part of the map, the most detailed, where there are most spendings, where tensions live unnoticed in small muscles around the eyes, in the jaw, in the forehead. We will pass through all of this, slowly, attentively, freeing each point. The face is the mirror of the soul, poets say, but it is also where masks live, expressions we wear for others, smiles that are not always genuine, furrowed brows when we want to seem serious. All of this leaves traces in the muscles, tensions that do not leave even in sleep. Now, we will release them. Direct attention to the chin, the lowest point of the face. The chin is often thrust forward from tension, from stubbornness, from habit. Allow it to relax. Soft chin, heavy. Lower jaw, the most mobile part of the face. It can move up and down, forward and back, side to side, but now motionless, slightly hanging under gravity, teeth not clenched. Between the upper and lower teeth, a small gap. Chewing muscles on the sides of the jaw near the ears. They are strong, powerful, and often tense from stress, from nighttime teeth grinding, from the habit of clenching the jaw. Feel these muscles and let go. The jaw becomes heavier, freer. Lips, upper lip, lower lip. They may be tightly pressed or slightly parted. Let them be soft, not pressed, not stretched in a smile, simply soft, neutral. Corners of the mouth. We often unconsciously turn them down, an expression of dissatisfaction, tiredness, or turn them up even when not truly smiling. Let the corners of the mouth be relaxed, neither up nor down, simply being. Tongue. It lies in the mouth, large, muscular. Tip of the tongue, middle, root, going into the throat. The tongue may be pressed to the palate, from tension, from habit. Let it go. Let it lie freely on the floor of the mouth, soft, inactive. Palate, hard palate in front, soft palate in back. Feel the space of the mouth from inside, spacious, moist, warm. Inner surface of the cheeks, soft tissue lining the mouth from inside. Feel it. Cheeks on the outside, skin of the cheeks, muscles beneath the skin. Let the cheeks be soft, heavy, sagging under gravity. Nose, tip of the nose, wings of the nose. They widen on inhale, narrow on exhale. Bridge of the nose, between the eyes, the ridge of the nose. Inside, two nasal passages through which air flows. Upper lip, the area between nose and mouth. Tension often lives here. Release it. Eyes, they are closed, and beneath closed lids continue to live. eyeballs. Allow them to sink deeper into the eye sockets, as if sinking into soft pillows. Do not look at anything, even with inner vision. Simply peace. Muscles around the eyes. There are many. For blinking, for squinting, for expressing emotions. All of them can relax now. Outer corners of the eyes, inner corners, below the eyes, above the eyes. Eyelids. They lie on the eyes, thin, light, blocking the light. Let them be soft, not squeezed, not clenched, simply closed. Eyebrows. They are often raised from surprise, from question, from tension, or drawn together at the bridge of the nose, from concentration, from worry. Allow the eyebrows to lower, to move apart from each other. Let the space between the eyebrows become wider, more spacious, more peaceful. Forehead. Large, flat surface. Here wrinkles live, horizontal from raised eyebrows, vertical from furrowed brows. Let the skin of the forehead become smooth, like the surface of a quiet lake. Not a single wrinkle, not a single wave, only smoothness. Temples. On the sides of the forehead. Arteries pass here, blood pulses. Sometimes it aches here from tension. Let the temples be soft, relaxed. Ears. Right ear. The outer ear, the lobe, the ear canal. Left ear. We rarely notice the ears. They simply are, simply here. Now, feel them. Give them attention. Scalp. It covers the whole skull, from forehead to back of head, from ear to ear. Beneath it, a thin layer of muscles that can be tense. Allow the scalp to relax, to become soft, mobile. Crown. The topmost point of the head. In yoga, this is the place of Sahasrara Chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus, the place of connection with something greater. Feel the crown, as if it opens upward, as if light can enter through it. Back of the head, the back of the skull. It lies on the floor or pillow, heavy, relaxed. The whole face as one, from chin to crown, from ear to ear. all muscles, all points, all corners, face relaxed, masks removed, expression neutral, peaceful, like the face of a sleeping child, without worries, without tensions, without stories. The whole head as one, face and skull, outside and inside, the brain inside, it too can relax. No need to think, no need to analyze, no need to remember. The brain rests. Thoughts become rarer, quieter, more transparent, like clouds dispersing, revealing clear sky. Now, the whole body as one, from crown to toes, one whole, a single organism, having passed through a wave of awareness, each part noticed, each cell realized, each tension released. Feel the body as a unified whole, not as a set of parts, arm, leg, head, but as one continuous space, without boundaries inside, without divisions, simply body, simply presence, simply being. Perhaps the body feels strange, enormous or tiny, heavy as stone or light as fluff, with clear boundaries or without boundaries at all, dissolving into space, merging with the floor, with the air, with the silence. All of this, variations of normal. All of this, signs of deep relaxation. Rotation of consciousness is complete. The body has passed through the map. Each point received attention, and now it lies, quiet, motionless, almost weightless, ready for the next stage, for breath, for what connects body and mind, outer and inner, you and the world. Breath, so simple, so familiar. We take about 20,000 breaths a day and notice almost none. Breathing happens by itself, without effort, without command. The body knows how to breathe. It has done this since the first cry at birth, will do so until the last exhale. But now we pay attention, not to change the breath, not to breathe deeper, slower, better, simply to notice, to feel, to be present with each inhale and exhale. This is the next level of Yoga Nidra, the transition from body to something subtler, from form to movement, from matter to energy. In Sanskrit, breath is called prana, but prana is more than air in the lungs. It is life force, energy that animates the body. The Chinese call it qi, the Japanese call it ki. Every tradition understands breath is not simply gas exchange. It is a bridge between physical and non-physical, between body and mind, between conscious and unconscious. Breath is the only body function that is simultaneously automatic and voluntary. The heart beats on its own. You cannot stop it by will. The stomach digests without your participation, but breath can be held, quickened, slowed. You can breathe with belly or chest, through nose or mouth. This duality makes breath a unique tool. Through it, we can influence the nervous system, emotions, state of mind. But in yoga nidra, we do not control the breath. We simply observe. Like a scientist observing a natural phenomenon, not interfering, not changing, simply noting. Observation itself changes the breath. It becomes quieter, deeper, more natural. This is the paradox. When we stop controlling, the body finds its ideal rhythm. Feel your breath right now. Do not change it. Simply notice. Inhale happens. Exhale happens. Pause between them. Perhaps the breath is quick. After the rotation practice, perhaps it has already slowed. Whatever it is right. Exactly what is needed in this moment. Where do you feel the breath most clearly? Everyone has their own place. Some feel the movement of the belly. It rises on inhale, falls on exhale. Some feel the expansion of the rib cage, ribs spreading to the sides. Some notice the coolness of air in the nostrils on inhale and warmth on exhale. Find your place, where breath is most noticeable. Belly. Place attention on the belly, the area below the navel. This is the place of natural, diaphragmatic breathing, the breathing of babies and sleepers. Observe how the belly slightly rises on inhale and falls on exhale, like a wave on shore, coming and going, without effort, without command. The body breathes on its own. Do not try to breathe with the belly specially. Simply observe what happens. If the belly does not move, No problem. Perhaps today breathing is higher, in the chest. This is also normal. Breathing changes depending on state, on posture, on level of relaxation. Rib cage. Move attention slightly higher to the chest. Ribs that move like bellows of an accordion. On inhale, they spread apart. The space inside increases. On exhale, they return. The space contracts. This movement may be barely noticeable, just a few millimeters, or more apparent. Simply observe. Nostrils. Now, attention on the nose, on the nostrils through which air passes. On inhale, air enters. It is slightly cooler than the body. You can feel this coolness on the inner walls of the nose. On exhale, air exits. It has already warmed inside. Become warmer. This difference, subtle but perceptible, coolness on entry, warmth on exit. Perhaps one nostril breathes more freely than the other. This is normal. Nostrils alternate during the day, one more open, the other slightly closed. In yoga, this is called svara, the rhythm of nostrils. Simply notice how it is. Now, simply breath, without localization, without searching for a place. Simply awareness. Breathing happens. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You are not breathing. Breath breathes you. This is a subtle but important distinction. Let go of the feeling that you control. Allow the body to do what it does best. The next practice, counting breaths. This is an ancient technique that helps the mind calm down. When we count, the mind has something to do, and it does not run off into thoughts so easily. Yet counting is simple enough not to require effort. We will count from 27 to 1. Reverse counting leads the mind inward to silence, unlike counting forward, which leads outward to activity. The rules are simple. On each exhale, one number. Inhale, silence. Exhale, 27. Inhale, silence. Exhale, 26. And so on to 1. If you lose count, no problem. Do not scold yourself. Simply start again from the number you remember, or from 27. This is not an exam. This is practice. prepare. On the next exhale, we begin. Inhale, exhale, 27. Inhale, exhale, 26. Inhale, exhale, 25. Inhale, exhale, 24. Inhale, exhale, 23. Inhale, exhale, 22. Inhale, exhale, 21. Inhale, exhale, 20. Continue at your own rhythm. Do not adjust to my count. Everyone has their own breath. I will name numbers as a guide, but if your breath is faster or slower, follow your body. 19, 18, 17. The mind may wander. This is normal. Thoughts will come, plans, memories, random images. When you notice you are thinking, gently return to counting. Without irritation, without disappointment, simply back to the numbers. 16, 15, 14. Each number like a step downward, down to silence, down to peace, down to that space where there are no thoughts, no words, only pure awareness. 13, 12, 11, 10. You are already lower, already quieter, already closer to the center. 9, 8, 7, 6. Numbers grow smaller. Mind grows quieter. Space between thoughts wider. 5. Almost at the goal, almost at silence. 2, 1, 1. The last number, the final point. After it, nothing, only silence, only presence. Counting is finished, but breath continues. Inhale, exhale, without numbers, without words. Simply being. The third practice, breathing in different parts of the body. This may sound strange. How can you breathe with a leg or arm? But in Yoga Nidra, we work with sensations, with attention, with energy. And you will be surprised. The body really can breathe in any spot. This is a feeling of expansion on inhale and contraction on exhale. a feeling of pulsation, movement, life. Direct attention to the right palm. Imagine that inhale enters through the center of the palm. Air flows into the hand, fills it. On exhale, flows back out. The palm breathes. Perhaps you will feel warmth, tingling, pulsation. Perhaps just a slight sense of movement. All of this is right. Now, both palms together. Inhale through right and left palms simultaneously. Exhale. Air exits back. Two hands breathe in unison. Feet. Move attention to the soles of the feet. Inhale. Air enters through the soles, rises up through the legs. Exhale. Flows down, exits through the soles. Legs breathe, connected to the earth, to support, to foundation. Belly, navel, center of the body. Inhale flows in through the navel, expands the belly from inside. Exhale, the navel empties. This is a natural place of breathing. It responds easily. Heart, center of the chest. Inhale, heart space expands, fills with light, air, warmth. Exhale, gently contracts, releasing all excess. Heart breathes. Heart is open. Forehead, the space between the eyebrows, the place of the third eye in yogic tradition. Inhale. This point seems to inhale prana, energy, awareness. Exhale releases tension, thoughts, worry. The forehead becomes smooth, cool, calm. Crown, the topmost point. Inhale. The crown opens upward, receives something from above. Light, silence, space. Exhale. This something spreads down through the whole body. Now, the whole body as one. Inhale, the whole body expands like a balloon. Every cell fills with air, prana, life. Exhale, the body gently contracts, releasing tension, toxins, the old. You are a breathing being, not a part that breathes, but the whole. From crown to feet, from skin to bones, everything breathes. Everything lives. Everything pulses in a single rhythm. Awareness of breath. Complete. But breath does not stop. It continues to flow as background, as foundation, as constant thread. You can return to it at any moment. When the mind runs into thoughts, when the body startles, when something distracts, breath is always here, always available, always ready to return you to the present moment. We have descended another level, from body to breath, from form to movement, from matter to energy, and now ready to go further, to even subtler layers, to sensations, to opposites, to what lies beyond the physical. Opposites. The world is built on them. Day and night. Inhale and exhale. Joy and sorrow. Birth and death. One does not exist without the other. Light becomes light only against darkness. Warmth is felt as warmth only when you know cold. This is the eternal dance, the duality that Indian sages called Dvandva. Usually, we get stuck on one pole. We strive for pleasant, avoid unpleasant, want lightness, fear heaviness, seek warmth, flee from cold. But in yoga, nidra, we learn something strange. We learn to experience both poles, fully, without resistance, and through this, find the point between them, the point of peace where opposites dissolve, where there is neither heaviness nor lightness, only being. This stage of practice works with the emotional body, with that part that reacts to the world with feelings. When we consciously evoke sensations, heaviness, lightness, warmth, cold, we learn to be masters of our states, not slaves tossed from one extreme to another, but observers who can choose. We begin with heaviness and lightness, two opposites connected with gravity, with weight, with relationships between body and earth. Heaviness. Remember this sensation. When you were very tired, after a long day, after physical work, after a sleepless night, the body became heavy, legs as if filled with lead, eyelids impossible to lift. Every movement required effort. This is the heaviness of fatigue. But there is another heaviness, the heaviness of relaxation. When the body releases tensions and sinks downward, into the floor, into the earth. like a stone sinking to the bottom of a lake. This heaviness is pleasant, soft. It does not press, it grounds, does not tire, but calms. Allow this heaviness to come. Imagine that gravity has intensified, that the earth attracts you more strongly than usual. The body becomes heavier, heavier, even heavier. Right arm, heavy. It lies on the floor and sinks downward, as if made of stone, of metal, of something very dense, very massive. You could not lift it even if you wanted. It is pressed to the earth. Left arm, also heavy, just as dense, just as submerged. Both arms, two stones lying at the sides of the body. Right leg, heavy, from hip to foot. Bones inside, like iron beams. Muscles, like bags of sand. The leg lies motionless, pressed to the earth. Left leg, heavy, just as massive, just as immovable. Both legs, heavy, dense, submerged. Torso, heavy. Back presses into the floor. Spine, like a pillar of lead. Belly, soft but heavy. Chest, pressed to the earth. The whole torso, heavy. Head, heavy. Back of the head lies on the floor like a stone ball. Skull, dense, massive. Brain inside, calm, heavy, motionless. The whole body, heavy, from crown to toes. One solid mass submerged in the earth. You cannot move and do not want to. You simply lie, heavy, grounded, motionless, like a mountain, like a rock, like the earth itself. Stay in this heaviness. Feel it completely, without resistance, without wanting to change anything. Heaviness is not bad. It is simply a sensation, simply an experience, simply one side of the coin. Heavy body, heavy arms, heavy legs, heavy head, everything heavy, deep, motionless. And now, transition. Slowly, gradually, heaviness begins to leave, like water soaking into sand, like dispersing under the sun. The body becomes lighter, lighter, even lighter. Lightness. Remember this sensation when you were happy, truly happy, when you received good news, when you fell in love, when something heavy finally resolved. The body became light. You wanted to jump, to fly. Feet seemed not to touch the ground. There is the lightness of joy, and there is the lightness of deep relaxation. When the body is so relaxed, it barely feels its boundaries. When it seems you could fly if you wanted. This lightness is now coming to you. Imagine that gravity has weakened, that the earth no longer attracts so strongly. The body begins to float upward, slowly, barely noticeably, like an air bubble in water, like fluff caught by wind, like a cloud. Right arm, light. It no longer lies on the floor, it floats, slightly lifted, weightless, as if made of air, of light, of nothing. Left arm, light, just as airy, just as floating. Both arms, two wings ready to carry you upward. Right leg, light, from hip to toes. Bones, hollow, empty, like a bird's. Muscles, relaxed, almost incorporeal. The leg floats. Left leg, light, just as weightless, just as free from earth's pull. Torso, light. Back, like a leaf floating on water. Belly, empty, airy. Chest, open, expanded. The whole torso, light, floating. Head, light, like a balloon. Thoughts, rare, transparent. Mind, empty, spacious. The whole body, light. You float above the ground, between sky and earth, weightless, free, like a bird, like a cloud, like the air itself. Stay in this lightness. Feel it completely. What is it like to weigh nothing? Not to be bound to the earth, to float in endless space? Light body, light arms, light legs, light head, everything light, airy, weightless. Now, rapid switching, we will alternate heaviness and lightness, quickly, without pauses. This teaches the mind flexibility. This frees from attachment to one state. Heaviness. The whole body, heavy, pressed to the earth, massive, motionless. Lightness. The whole body, light, floating above the ground, weightless. Heaviness. Again, stone, lead, pressure downward. Lightness. Again, cloud. Heaviness, quickly, completely. Lightness, quickly, completely. Heaviness. Lightness. Heaviness. Lightness. And now, stop. Neither heaviness nor lightness, something between or beyond. A state where opposites meet and dissolve. You are not floating and not submerged. You simply are, without qualities, without characteristics, simply presence. This is a strange sensation. Body exists, and as if it does not. It is not heavy and not light. It is nothing, neutral, transparent, as if you have become the space in which the body once was. This is the point of balance, point of peace, point where duality ends, where the mind rests from constant comparing, evaluating, choosing. There is nothing to choose here. Everything already is here, and simultaneously, nothing is. The first pair of opposites is past. Heaviness and lightness mastered. You visited both poles and found the middle. Now, the next pair, warmth and cold. Another dance, another path to the same point of peace. Warmth and cold. Two temperatures, two poles of the thermometer. We spend our lives seeking the comfort zone, not too hot, not too cold. We avoid extremes, hide from frost in warm houses, escape heat under air conditioners. But in yoga nidra, we go toward extremes. Not in reality, that is dangerous. But in imagination, where it is safe to explore any experience. The body remembers both warmth and cold. Memories are stored in cells of summer sun and winter frosts, of hot baths and ice-cold showers. of a loved one's embraces and lonely nights. We will awaken these memories, not to suffer, but to be free. We begin with warmth, the most pleasant, most desired sensation. Warmth is safety. It is the mother's womb. It is the hearth in a home. It is the sun overhead. Imagine you are lying on warm sand. A summer day, sun at its zenith. Its rays touch your skin, soft, golden, carrying warmth. The sand beneath you is also warm. It heated during the day and now gives this warmth to your back. Warmth penetrates the body. First, through the skin. You feel the surface of the body growing warmer. Face, arms, legs, everything warms under the gentle sun. Then warmth goes deeper, under the skin, into the muscles. They relax even more. Warmth dissolves the last knots of tension. Muscles become soft, warm, almost liquid. Warmth reaches the bones. Bones, they seem cold, hard, but now they too warm. From inside, as if hot liquid flows inside the bones. Right arm, warm, from shoulder to fingertips. Warmth pulses in every cell. The palm is hot. Left arm, warm, just as heated, just as alive. Right leg, warm. Thigh, knee, lower leg, foot. Warmth flows through the leg like through a pipe of hot water. Left leg, warm. Toes, hot. Soles, like heated stones. Belly, warm. Center of the body. Here, as yogis say, lives the inner fire, Agni. Fire of digestion, fire of transformation. Feel this fire, how it burns softly in the belly, not scorching, warming. Chest, warm. Heart, warm. It beats, pumping warm blood through the whole body. With each beat, a wave of warmth spreads further, to fingertips, to the crown, to every cell. Face, warm. Cheeks, as after a walk in the frost when you enter a warm house. Forehead, heated. Eyelids, warm, heavy. The whole body, warm, hot, as if lying in a warm bath. or warming by a fireplace on a winter evening. Warmth envelops you outside and inside. You are warmth itself. You are fire itself. Staying in this heat, feel how good it is to be warm, how the body relaxes, how the mind slows, how everything becomes softer, more yielding, more peaceful. Heat, warmth, fire, sun inside. And now, transition. Warmth begins to leave, slowly, gradually, as if the sun hid behind a cloud, as if wind blew from the north. The body begins to cool. Cold. The other pole. Another experience. Cold is also familiar to the body. Winter days, icy water, cool wind on skin. Cold can be unpleasant, but it also invigorates, refreshes, awakens. Imagine you are lying on snow, not dangerous, not burning, on soft, fluffy snow. Around you, a winter forest, silence, whiteness, purity. Snow touches your back, cold. You feel this cold through clothing, through skin. It penetrates inside. The air around is frosty, fresh. With each inhale, cold enters the lungs, refreshes from within. Skin becomes cool. First, the surface, arm, legs, face. Cold embraces you from outside. Then cold goes deeper, into muscles. They become cool, but not tense. This is relaxed cold. Cold of peace, not cold of fear. Right arm, cool. Fingers, cold. Palm, like ice. But this is not unpleasant. It is simply cold. Left, cool. Just as icy, just as calm. Right leg, cold. From hip to toes. Cold flows through the leg like an icy stream. Left leg, cold. Feet, like snow. Toes, like icicles. Belly, cool. The inner fire has quieted. Instead, an icy lake, calm, motionless, deep. Chest, cool. Heart, cold, but beating. Blood, like an icy river flowing through veins. Face, cold. cheeks as after frost, nose icy, forehead cool, clear. The whole body cold, like an ice sculpture, like a frozen lake, motionless, crystalline, pure. Stayin' in this cold. Feel it completely, without fear, without resistance. Cold is also experience. This is also part of life. This is also you. Cold, ice, snow, winter inside. Now, rapid switching, as with heaviness and lightness, alternating warmth and cold, quickly, without pauses. Warmth, the whole body, hot, fire inside, sun outside. Cold, the whole body, icy, snow inside, frost outside. Warmth, heat, flame, cold, ice, frost, warmth, cold, warmth, cold, warmth, cold. And now, stop. Neither warmth nor cold. Something between. Temperature impossible to define. Not warm, not cold. Neutral, or beyond temperature altogether. A state where there is neither heat nor frost. Only being. This is the point of balance, point where opposites disappear, where the body ceases to feel itself as something separate from the world. No difference between inside and outside. No difference between you and the space around. Two pairs of opposites, past, heaviness and lightness, warmth and cold, four poles and one center, one point of peace to which all paths lead. In traditional yoga, nidra, other pairs are also explored. Pain and pleasure, joy and sorrow, love and hatred, acceptance and rejection. Each pair is a gateway to what lies beyond duality, to what yogis call Advaita, non-duality, a place where there are no oppositions, where everything is one. But for today's practice, enough. We have passed through the main gates. We have learned to experience extremes without attachment, without fear. We have found the middle. Now we can go further to visualization, to that space where images are born, to Chidakasha, the screen of consciousness. Chidakasha, a strange word. In Sanskrit, chit means consciousness. Akasha means space. Chidakasha, the space of consciousness, the screen on which all images appear, all thoughts, all dreams. It is always here, behind closed eyelids. But we rarely pay attention to it. Close your eyes, if they are not already closed. What do you see? Most will say, nothing. Darkness. But this is not quite so. Behind closed eyelids, there is space. There is a field of vision, even when there is nothing to see. This is Chidakasha, the inner screen, a personal cinema that operates 24 hours a day. On this screen, we see dreams. On it, memories appear. On it, fantasies, plans, images arise. Every time you imagine something, a friend's face, your childhood home, a place you want to visit, you are looking at Chidakasha. You just usually do not realize it. In Yoga Nidra, we learn to consciously work with this space. First, simply observe. Then, summon images at will. This develops creative abilities. This helps reprogram the subconscious. This opens the door to deep layers of the psyche. The first practice, observing darkness. This is simpler than it seems, and more difficult. Direct your inner gaze forward. Not up, not down, not to the sides. Simply forward, into the space before closed eyes. What do you see? Darkness. But what kind? Look closely. It is not entirely uniform. Perhaps somewhere slightly lighter. Perhaps darker. Perhaps there are barely noticeable spots, streaks, shimmers. The color of darkness. Darkness has color, or rather, shade. It may be ink black, or dark blue, or dark violet, or brownish. Everyone has their own darkness. Observe yours. Perhaps you will notice dots, small sparks. They appear and disappear. This is activity of the optic nerve. It works even without light. Or it is something else. Who knows? Simply observe. Perhaps colored spots will appear. Pink, green, yellow. They may move, change shape. These are after images, traces of light the eyes saw before. Or this is the beginning of visualization, images born from the depths. Do nothing, simply watch, as if sitting in a dark theater before the film begins. The screen is dark, but you watch, wait, are present. Darkness is not the absence of something. It is presence, presence of potential. Anything can arise from darkness, any image, any world. Darkness is a canvas on which nothing has been painted yet, but anything can be painted. Stay in this darkness. Allow it to be. Do not try to change it, fill it, illuminate it. Simply be with it. Darkness and you, observer and observed, which, perhaps, are one and the same. The second practice, rapid changing of images. This is a classic Yoga Nidra technique from Satyananda. I will name images, and you will try to see them on the inner screen. No need to see clearly, like a photograph. A fleeting impression is enough. A hint, a shadow of an image. With time, visualization will become brighter. But for now, any response is enough. Images will change quickly. Do not hold on to one. Saw it, let it go. Next. It is like flipping through a photo album, or like changing frames of a film. Ready? A high mountain covered with snow. See it. White peak against blue sky. Let go. A red rose, velvet petals, a drop of dew. Let go. Sunset over the ocean, orange sun touching water. Let go. A burning candle, flame dancing, shadows on the wall. Let go. Full moon, silver light, night sky. Let go. A tall tree, mighty trunk, crown reaching into the sky. Let go. A golden temple, domes shining, silence of a sacred place. Let go. A bird in flight, wings spread wide. Freedom. Let go. A quiet lake, smooth surface, reflection of sky. Let go. A lion, king of beasts, golden mane, calm strength. Let go. Starry sky, thousands of stars, infinity of cosmos. Let go. an infant sleeping in a cradle, innocence, peace. Let go. An elder with a white beard, wise eyes, quiet smile. Let go. A river flowing to the sea, eternal movement, the path of water. Let go. A lotus blooming on water, pink petals, purity in mud. Let go. Your own face. How do you look? See yourself. Let go. Emptiness. Nothing. Only space. Only silence. Only Chidakasha, pure, unfilled, infinite. Practice complete. Images are gone. The screen remains. Pure, dark, ready for any new image. This is your space. It is always with you. You can return here at any moment, closing your eyes, directing attention inward. Some images perhaps came easily. Others did not appear at all. This is normal. Everyone has their own way of visualizing. Some see vividly, as in reality. Some only vague shadows. Some do not see, but feel. Some do not feel, but know. All these ways are correct. What matters is not the clarity of the picture. What matters is presence. What matters is connection with the inner space. The images we summoned are not random. These are archetypes, universal symbols living in humanity's collective unconscious. Mountain, stability, achievement. Rose, beauty, love, ocean, depth, infinity. Candle, light in darkness. Moon, femininity, cycles. Tree, growth, roots. Temple, the sacred. Bird, lake, peace. Lion, strength. Stars, infinity. Infant, beginning. Elder, wisdom. River, flow of life. Lotus, spiritual awakening. These images are keys. They open doors to the depths of the psyche. Each time you visualize them, you enter dialogue with something greater than your ordinary mind, with what Jung called the collective unconscious, with what yogis call universal consciousness. Now, the next stage. We will not just summon images. We will take a journey, create a whole world, enter it, and stay there in a place of peace, safety, beauty. Imagine you are standing on a path, a narrow trail winding between trees. Around you, a forest, not dark, not frightening, a light, friendly forest. Sunbeams break through the foliage, creating patterns of light and shadow on the ground. You take a step. Beneath your feet, soft earth covered with last year's leaves. They rustle with each step, a quiet, soothing sound, like the whisper of the forest greeting you. The air here is special, fresh, clean, filled with scents. You smell the aroma of pine. Somewhere nearby are pine or fir trees. The smell of moist earth after rain. A light, barely perceptible fragrance of flowers. Perhaps wild flowers grow in the clearings here. You walk along the path, not hurrying, nowhere to rush. Each step is pleasure. Each breath is delight. The forest embraces you from all sides. But this is not a cage. This is protection. This is a friend's embrace. To the left of the path, you notice a stream. Small, clear, swift, water run over stones, gurgling and sparkling. Sunlight plays on the surface. You approach closer. Lower your hand into the water. It is cool, clean, alive. You feel how water flows around your fingers, how the current carries energy from the mountains, from where this stream originates. You continue on your way. The path leads upward, not steeply, but noticeably. With each step, you climb higher. Trees become sparser. Sky opens wider. Air becomes even fresher, with a light taste of mountain coolness. And now, the path brings you to a clearing, flat, round, as if drawn. Along the edges, tall trees forming a natural wall. In the center, a large stone, flat, warm from the sun, an ideal place to rest. You approach the stone, sit on it, or lie down as you are comfortable. The stone is warmed by the sun, but does not burn. It gives warmth to your body. Pleasant, even deep warmth. From this clearing, a view opens. You look into the distance and see mountains. They are far away on the horizon, bluish, hazy. Their peaks are covered with snow that glistens in the sun. Mountains, eternal, motionless, silent. They were here thousands of years ago, will be for thousands more. Their presence calms, reminds of something greater than everyday concerns. Between you and the mountains lies a valley, green, wide. A river flows there. You see its silver ribbon. It carries its waters from mountains to sea. An eternal journey, eternal movement. You watch the river and feel something within you also flowing. Thoughts, feelings, life force. Something flows, and this is good. The sky above is endless, blue, deep. Rare clouds drift slowly, like white ships in a blue ocean. You lie on the stone and watch the sky. Clouds change shape, sometimes resembling animals, sometimes faces, sometimes something abstract. You do not try to understand. Simply watch. Simply are present. The sun warms your face, not scorching, not blinding, soft, gentle, like the touch of a loving hand. You close your eyes and see reddish light through your eyelids. Sun penetrates even through closed eyes, fills you with light, warmth, life. A breeze touches your skin, light, cool, refreshing. It brings scents from the valley, smell of grasses, flowers, earth. It plays with your hair. It whispers something in an incomprehensible language, the language of nature that the body understands without words. Sounds. The forest around is full of sounds, but they do not disturb. Birds sing somewhere in the branches. The stream gurgles below in the ravine. Wind rustles in the treetops. Insects buzz over flowers. All of this merges into one symphony, a symphony of peace. You lie here and feel yourself part of this place, not a guest, not a stranger, a part, like the stone you lie on, like the tree nearby, like the grass beneath it. You belong to this place, and it belongs to you. In the distance, on the mountainside, you notice a structure, a small temple or chapel. White walls, golden dome gleaming in the sun. The temple has stood there for hundreds of years. Monks or hermits came there seeking silence, wisdom, connection with something higher. Perhaps someday you too will climb there, but not now. Now, it is enough to know it exists, that somewhere there on the mountain is a place of absolute peace. Time flows differently here, slower, or does not flow at all. You do not know how long you have been lying on this stone. Minutes, hours, it does not matter. Here there is no schedule, no deadlines, no hurry. There is only the present moment, endless, full, perfect. This place is yours. You created it in your imagination. But this does not make it less real. The brain does not distinguish a vivid imagined image from real experience. For it, everything is real. So this place exists. It exists inside you. And you can return here at any moment. Closing your eyes, remembering the path, the forest, the clearing, the stone. This is your refuge, your inner temple, your place of power. Stay here a little longer. Absorb this peace. Store it in your heart. Then we will begin the return. Slowly, gently, carrying with us everything we found here. Forest, clearing, stone, mountains, sky, sun, peace. All of this is part of you. All of this is you. Time to return. Not abruptly, not with effort. Slowly, like sunrise. Gradually, like awakening after long sleep. Return is as much a part of practice as immersion. One cannot hurry. One cannot skip stages. But first, Sankalpa. Remember? At the start of practice, you planted a seed of intention, spoke your Sankalpa, a short phrase expressing what you want to cultivate in your life. Now, time to repeat it. In this state of deep relaxation, Sankalpa penetrates even deeper, like a seed being watered a second time. Remember your Sankalpa, the same words, the same meaning, the same faith. Speak it mentally 3 times, slowly, with full presence. First time, hear the words inside yourself. Feel their meaning. Second time, allow them to sink deeper into the heart, into the subconscious. Third time, let go. The seed is planted. Watering is done. Now it will grow on its own, in silence, in darkness, while you live ordinary life. Sankalpa works, changes something inside, prepares the soil for changes outside. Sankalpa is spoken. Now return to the body. You are lying somewhere. Perhaps you forgot exactly where. This is normal. In deep yoga, nidra, the body can seem distant, unreal. Now we will bring it back, step by step, part by part. Begin with breath. It was with you all along, as background, as foundation. Now, pay attention to it again. Inhale, exhale. Notice how air enters and exits, how the chest rises and falls. Breath, the bridge between inner world and outer. Now we cross this bridge. Allow the breath to become slightly deeper. Do not force. Simply allow. The body knows what it needs. A deeper inhale, a fuller exhale. Oxygen fills the cells. Energy begins to return. Now, fingers. Begin with the fingers of the hands. Wiggle them slightly, barely noticeably. Thumb, index, all fingers together. Clench and unclench fists. Slowly, softly. Do you feel? The body responds. The body returns. Toes. Wiggle them too, gently. The body remembers how to move, even after deep relaxation. It remembers. Wrists and ankles. Make circular movements, small, lazy circles. Awaken the joints. Remind the body that it can move. Armas, stretch. Raise your arms above your head. As in a dream, stretch as you stretch in the morning, a pleasant, lazy stretch. The body lengthens, the body awakens. Legs, point toes toward you. Then away. Feel the leg muscles. They were relaxed. Now they begin to tone. The whole body. Stretch completely, from fingertips to toes. One long, pleasant stretch, like a cat after sleep, like a child in the morning. The body comes alive. Turn onto your side, right or left, as comfortable. Lie there a moment. This is a transitional pose. between complete relaxation and rising. Do not hurry. Let the body adapt. Sounds. Begin to notice sounds around you. What do you hear? Perhaps silence. Perhaps sounds outside the window. Cars, birds, voices. This is the external world. It was here all along. You were simply far away. Now, you return. Temperature. Feel the air on your skin. Warm, cool. Feel the blanket or clothing. Fabric touching the body. You are here, in this place, in this time. Scents. What do you smell? Perhaps nothing special. Perhaps something familiar. The scent of your home, your space. You are home. Light. Even through closed eyelids, you sense light, or its absence. Soon you will open your eyes, but not yet. First, one more breath, one more moment of silence. You have passed through the practice, from preparation, through Shavasana, Sankalpa, rotation of consciousness, through breath, through opposites, through visualization. You have been in the depths. You have found peace. You have planted a seed of intention. All of this is now part of you. When you are ready, open your eyes. Slowly. First, a narrow slit. Let the light enter gradually. Then, wider. Look around, but do not hurry to rise. Lie a while longer. Allow the transition to complete. The world around, the same. But you, somewhat different. Something has changed inside. Perhaps you cannot describe it in words. Perhaps it is simply a feeling. Calm, clarity, presence. Something that was always here, but now you have noticed it. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete, but its effect does not end with opening your eyes. It continues in the body, in the mind, in life. What you experienced leaves a trace. Deep relaxation changes brain chemistry. Cortisol levels drop. Serotonin levels rise. The nervous system recalibrates. This is not instant magic. It is a gradual process. With each practice, the effect accumulates. What to do after Yoga Nidra? First and foremost, do not hurry. Do not jump up immediately. Do not grab the phone. Do not turn on the news. Give body and mind time for transition. Stay in silence at least a few minutes. This is important. Do not lose what you received. It is good to drink water after practice. The body has passed through deep relaxation. Perhaps it is slightly dehydrated. Warm water is ideal. It gently activates digestion, helps return to normal mode. Avoid heavy food right after practice. If hungry, something light, fruit, nuts. The body was in a state of deep rest. Do not burden it with digestion. If practicing in the evening, you may go directly to sleep. Yoga Nidra is excellent preparation for sleep. The body is already relaxed, mind calmed. Sleep after practice is usually deeper and better quality. If practicing during the day, you may notice a surge of energy. This is not caffeine alertness. This is the natural energy of a restored organism. Use it, but gently. Do not throw yourself into activity. Start with something calm. Keep a practice journal. Write what you feel afterward. What images came? Which parts of practice were easy? Which harder? This helps track progress. With time, you will notice. Visualization becomes brighter. Relaxation deeper. Return softer. How often to practice? It depends on you. Ideally, every day. Even short practice is better than none. 20 minutes before bed is already good. If no time every day, at least 3 times a week. Regularity matters more than duration. Best time, evening, before sleep. But morning also works, especially if you want to start the day with clarity and peace. Some practice during lunch break, an excellent way to restore in the middle of a workday. Experiment. Find your time. Can one practice too much? In principle, no. Yoga Nidra is safe, but if you feel disorientation, drowsiness, disconnection from reality, perhaps reduce. Balance matters in everything. Do not expect instant results. Yoga Nidra is not a pill. It is practice. Practice takes time. First sessions may be difficult. Mind runs away. Body is tense. Nothing is seen. This is normal. Every attempt is a step forward. Every practice leaves a trace. With time, it becomes easier. What if you fell asleep during practice? This is normal, especially at first. The body is exhausted. It takes what it needs. Do not scold yourself. Gradually, you will learn to stay at the border between sleep and wakefulness. This comes with practice. What if you feel nothing? Also normal. Not everyone feels the same. Some sense the body vividly, some barely. Some see images, some only darkness. All of this is within the range of normal. What matters is presence, not intensity of sensations. Sankalpa. Remember it. This is not just part of practice. It is a tool for change. Keep your Sankalpa. Repeat it each time, at the beginning and end, the same one, until it becomes reality. Then, you may formulate a new one. Integrate elements of practice into daily life. Rotation of consciousness can be done at any moment, at work, in transport, before sleep. Simply pass attention through the body. Breath awareness, even more so. A few conscious breaths, and you are already calmer. Visualization. When you need to rest, close your eyes. Imagine your place of peace. This is available at any moment. Yoga Nidra is not a separate practice. It is a way of life, a way of being in your body, a way of relating to the mind, a way of finding peace, not by escaping the world, but by going deeper into yourself. We have traveled a long path, from first introduction to Yoga Nidra in the previous video, to complete practice today. You learned how to prepare the space, how to lie in Shavasana, how to formulate Sankalpa, how to conduct rotation of consciousness from right arm through the whole body to the crown, how to observe breath, how to experience opposites, how to visualize, how to return. All of this is now yours. In the playlist about the wisdom of India, there are many more stories, mantras and their power, Ayurveda and the art of living, karma and reincarnation, yoga in all its forms. Each video, another step into the depths, another look at the world through the eyes of ancient tradition. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for trusting the voice and going inward. This takes courage. To let go of control, to allow yourself to relax, to enter the unknown. Until next time, on the Listen and Sleep channel, where every night is a journey, where every dream is an opportunity, where every awakening is a new beginning. Peace is with you. It goes nowhere. It waits behind closed eyes, always.